Hello everybody, Scarecrow here, and today we're going to be unboxing the Spirit Halloween 2026 Carnival Creeper. Now, he dropped a little under a week ago, or no, actually I think exactly a week ago now, Thursday, at the time of filming this. And I was kind of iffy on him when he dropped. I did really like him, and I really liked him back when he was leaked in like December or something. But once people got him, I instantly knew that this is a prop I needed to get. I'm doing clowns on the outside this year, so he's going to work perfect. He's a very unique clown. The other clown that dropped is Crackles, which is one I was very interested in getting, and honestly may still get during the season if I see him in person, but this is definitely the one that I settled on. I was originally only going to get Doomsday Duo on the drop, but this guy really called out to me, so I wanted to get him. Take a look at his box here. Of course, it is a Nightcrawler reskin. The 2021, I think, is when Nightcrawler came out. And it's our first reskin of Nightcrawler, surprisingly, especially because Nightcrawler was really successful, but I think he did return for a few years after. But body pops up for a surprise, scare, rock side to side, eyes light up with LEDs, makes bone cracking and laughing noises, plays carnival music, durable box inside out tray for easy repacking. Again, I mentioned this in the Doomsday Duo video, but this is kind of a useless thing to mention, and again, their boxes aren't even that durable, and also, these, much like Doomsday Duo, I've seen that he's outdoor rated, so that would have been a much better thing to mention on the box. Here's the side, it says very similar things, a QR code, you want to see how he works, there's a story, and then here's again the picture on the stupid house. So let's get this thing unboxed. Alright, so once you slide him out of the box with his little sliding tray, this is what you're going to see. Now, for the setup, instead of showing the steps, I'm probably just going to kind of cut as I do it, because I've heard and I've seen that this guy, much like the Nightcrawler, is a very complicated setup. Here's his bag with all his clothes and instructions. Here's leg foam, I assume, or leg foam. Here are his hands, which are actually pretty cool. Oh, I like that one of them's bent. I didn't even notice that. Shoulder frame, I guess. Let's see. Here's his shoes. So glad he has nice clown shoes. Grab this other one. Let's see. Some poles. I think these are his, like, knees or something. And here's his control box, separated from the mechanism. Let's see. Whatever's in this box, I'll open that up. Something more in this box. I'm going to assume poles and stuff like that. More poles. Jeez. And then in this bag right here is his head, so let's take a look at that, see if I can get it out. There's his head. Of course, his hair definitely needs to be adjusted, but I really like his face. I've seen a lot of people, their biggest complaint with him is the face, and not being a huge fan of it, but actually I'm a pretty big fan of this guy. Alright, now let's get to the parts list. Alright, so for his parts, you have his two pieces of clothes, the control box, a bunch of different mechanism pieces, the instructions, both of his hands, both of his shoes, his head, a bunch of different support poles, leg foam, shoulder frame, and his adapter, which comes in a brown box. I've never seen an adapter come in a brown box before. There's his bag of screws. So yeah, let's get to the setup. Now, this video might not be too informative because, not gonna lie, I'm very lost already on this thing and we're 5 seconds in, but you attach the two G-poles to the shoulder frame and then attached, I don't know what they call it on the instructions, like elbow joints, I think, to the poles. And in their instructions, it's like out, but mine are facing in, so I don't know if I've already messed up, but I guess we'll find out. So yeah, update number 1. Okay, so you attach F to F on the shoulder, or whatever they called it. I think it was like elbow joint, and then E to E, and then you go ahead and you screw in the shoulder frame. So next, I think we're kind of leaving this piece alone and going to a piece of the base. Alright, so the next update, again, assuming I'm doing this right, you took this like X middle piece and connected these poles labeled BC to the back part of it, and then connected the two B poles to the front part, and then connected the, I guess, corner pieces on both sides, and then again attached them with this pole labeled B, then this pole labeled AB, because I guess this pole isn't long enough, and they didn't make a long enough pole, I assume, for like box size and stuff. So yeah, should have something like this. Okay, so after that, you go ahead and attach these two bent poles, of course matching C to C, and then we're going to go ahead and slide the shoes over, like so. I'm just kind of surprised there's no hook on these to actually hold the shoes in place. So slide it like that, and then the next step is to take the foam legs and also slide them over the poles, except Actually lied. You need to put more poles on first. These two D poles matching D to D. After you did that, you're going to want to go ahead and attach both hands onto these front corner pieces and then screw the control box onto this pole. So now that you've screwed the control box onto this pole, you want to take both the knee pieces and connect them right there, slide the clothes over, and then connect it right there. Alright, after you've done that, you're going to go ahead and pull up these leg foams to give his knees more shape, and then you can pull down the pants. So once you've got that adjusted to how you like it, we're going to finally go back to the front of the body, which we built earlier, and attach F to F and E to E. After that, you're going to want to go ahead and take the hook piece with the spring and hook it on back there, and then attach the spring up in here. So after you've got the hook with the spring all secured, make sure to, of course, screw it in up here. You want to go ahead and take this kind of black sheet and attach the side of the hooks back here, and then Velcro this side to the top of the shoulder frame. Once you've done that, the rest of it is pretty simple. It's going to be attaching his head, getting all of the wires connected, adjusting his clothing to your liking, and your setup's complete. Well, that was the Spirit Halloween 2026 Carnival Creeper. Now, I do have a lot of thoughts on this guy. The first thing being, this is one of the most Crazy Create props ever. And I know that's very abundant. Crazy Create is just kind of notoriously weird setups or bad setups. The easiest example of this is Harriet Hustle, of course the original Nightcrawler. But some Crazy Create props kind of pass as just I don't know, normal prop setups. But this thing is very, very Crazy Create, which isn't bad. The setup wasn't hard, it was just kind of tedious, and it just kind of took a while. Now, as for this guy in comparison to the Nightcrawler, I've never been a huge fan of the Nightcrawler, and I know it is kind of just a thing in recent years of oh, everything gets turned into a clown, but I actually think they put a lot of care into this one. And if you are looking for a unique clown prop to kind of stand out from all the towering clowns or the basic SVI clowns, then this is definitely the perfect prop. It's a good jump scare, it's a lot faster than Nightcrawler was. The biggest issues with it, the hair just kind of flops in his face and doesn't look great in my opinion. I don't love how the hair looks. And what do you call it? The clothes are just kind of not bad, but I mean, I assume it has to do with my adjusting. But I could definitely adjust them better, but the clothes are just kind of meh. The biggest issue I had overall with this guy was the Velcro. The Velcro on this thing sucks. It's horrible. I mean, so is Harriet Hustle's, I think Crazy Create in general, but yeah, I hate these thin little Velcro strips. I love how I can show it on these two while they're here. How these two do it, where it's the squares that go down. It's so much nicer and easier than these really long Velcro strips. Other than that, this thing is very solid prop. Very happy I got it. 230, a little steep. Should be 200, but again, it's been what, 5-6 years since Nightcrawler release, so prices go up. The quality went up. This thing is allegedly outdoor rated. I'm gonna be so honest, I wouldn't use this thing outdoors. Of course, it's not made of latex or anything, so it won't rot, but the poles are kind of thin, and the wires are not covered, at all. They're just kind of basic, Crazy Create wires, so I don't know how much I'd really trust this thing in the rain. Again, especially with, the kind of stature it has, I could definitely see this snapping in high winds and stuff, but overall, super cool prop. I'm very happy with him, very excited to use him in my haunt. I can definitely see him being a fan favorite amongst the many people who come to hate the clowns. I mean, people hate clowns. It's kind of, well, I mean, it's why they're so popular, is because they're such a big fear for people, and I definitely think this guy is going to get a lot of people. So that's it for this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.